Hello guys, we meet again. Well, I'm sorry if my previous video was a little bit depressing. In case you're worried about me after I lose my Facebook account, don't worry, I'm fine. So as promised, I will get back to otaku stuff. So well, today I want to review some Kamen Rider books. So I random pick these 4 books. Well, to be honest, there are no particular reason why I choose these 4. As I said, it's a random pick. Well, but I think this 4 selection is quite nice because we got Showa, Heisei Phase 1, Heisei Phase 2, and Mix. Well, yeah, we still like a Reiwa era, but I will save it for later. So, yep, let's begin. Okay, let's do it in chronological order. So we will start from Showa era Kamen Rider book. This book is titled Kamen Rider Red Suden. But to be honest, I bought this book because I was triggered by its alphabet title. It say Masked Rider with a big Kamen Rider Black RX at the center. So, for instance, I thought this book is about Masked Rider. Masked Rider. Okay, let's stop. I know you hate this guy, but to be honest, I quite like it. But let's set it aside. Okay, now for the content. At the first and second page, we got the lineup of Showa Rider from Ichigo to Shin. Yes, this book is made in Shin Kamen Rider era. And for the individual review, of course we got Kamen Rider Ichigo to be reviewed first. We got Ungo Takeshi, his transformation scene. This is from when he fight the Ika Devil. This is our teacher. He fights Saigang. Some of his finisher, Rider Kick, Rider Punch, Rider Head Crusher, Rider Hammer, and his Cyclone, his bike, and also his early form. Okay, next is Kamen Rider Nigo. Yeah, this is Hayato Ichimonji. His transformation scene, large image, his finisher, his vehicle, his motorcycle, side by side with Sakurajima Ichigo, his new Cyclone, and his powered form, Kamen Rider Shin Nigo. V3. Yep, that's it for the content of this book. The last page is the index page. Well, Kamen Rider Black and Kamen Rider Black RX, they got Robo Rider and Bio Riders separately, so they got quite a large page. Okay, and the back cover, the 10 Kamen Riders and said Masked Rider. Yes. Copyright Sogakukan 92, print in Japan. Okay. Next. Next, we will move on to Heisei era. So now we will review this Kamen Rider Kiva book. This book cover is featuring Kamen Rider Kiva, Kiva form, and Garuda form. Yep, this book was released when Kamen Rider Kiva is still in its early broadcast, so his other form is not established yet. Okay, now for the content. On the first two pages, we got Kiva form and Garuda form side by side. Well, when they are side by side like this, it kinda looks like a primary rider and secondary rider, right? Well, but no, it's not. This is the same person, just different form. And next, we got Kurenai Wataru, his transformation scene, Kivat, and Kiva. Page, we got the whistle, some find the difference game for kids, oh yeah, we got the bike on the next page. His bike is really cool, right? Then some other game for kids, find the right track to the exit. On the next page, we got Garuda form. This is his finisher, Garuda Bite. And this is Garuda Cyber. Some of the game, find the right silhouette for Garuda form. This is a scene when Garuda form fight the Fangayer. Then obviously, we got the Rider Kick scene, the Darkness Moon Break. And some other find the difference game for Kivat. In the last page, we got another side-by-side Kiva form and Garuda form with Castle Doran. Okay, that's it. On the back cover, we got the cut and build game like a puzzle. And then this, print in Japan, copyright 2008. Okay, moving on. Next, we will review this one. This book is part of Kodansha 101 Seal Series. So the content is pretty interesting. So let's check it out. Well, as its name implies, Kodansha 101 Seal, it includes a lot of sticker. This one is also sticker. See? A lot of sticker. And on the first page, obviously, we got Kamen Rider Ichigo Inigo. And the place where you might want to put the sticker, like this. But for collection purpose, I don't do it. Okay, now we got Kamen Rider Wizard and Kamen Rider Ichigo. Yes, this book was made in Kamen Rider Wizard era. Another place to put the sticker. Now we got Rider Kick page. This is Kamen Rider Wizard Rider Kick, Kamen Rider Caucasus, Kiva, Kick Hopper, Visri, Ouja, Vice, and obviously Ichigo. Double Rider Kick to put the sticker, and Tatoba Kick, which is quite funny because Tatoba Kick is using 2 legs, not 1 leg like this. But well, whatever. Now we got the Rider Punch. Got Kamen Rider Joker and Kamen Rider Black, which is quite interesting because their pose are quite identical. Another place to put the sticker on. X-Form, Ultimate Kuga, Punch Hopper, Super One, and Nigo. Okay, that's it. See? This book is pretty interesting, right? We got a lot of picture of Kamen Rider. Not only the primary rider, but also the secondary rider. So that's why this book is pretty cool collection item. Well, as usual, print in Japan, copyright 2012. Alright, moving on. Last one, we will review this one. Alright, to be honest, this book is not a specific Kamen Rider book. It's a Hero Magazine 1 2012. So, this book is a magazine about superhero in general, not specific to Kamen Rider. And that's why you can see Shinken Red over here. And this book is not made in Japan. This is a Hong Kong magazine. That's why the title here is not saying Kamen Rider Double, but Poming Chuyan Double. And the price is also not in yen, but in Hong Kong dollar. So you could say this is a Hong Kong version of Terevikun. Okay, now let's check the inside. Yep, like Terevikun, they include some bonus like this, a paper mask, and a paper belt, including the Gaia memory. Here. Okay, let's put it aside. Then this is a commercial for the deluxe Henshin belt, as usual. You got Kamen Rider Double here. Earth Boilder, Jaya Memory, Cyclone Joker, his stats, his height, weight, and everything. Then his finisher, Joker Extreme. Well, he's not splitting in this image, huh? He's doing a normal rider kick. This is Kit Metal, metal branding. This one, Luna Trigger, and his finisher, Trigger Full Blaster. His enemies, the Dopants. A member of museum, Sonozaki family. Another commercial for the toy. Double form change, another toy. Superhero Expo 2012. Maybe this is a event in Hong Kong. Now this is Shinkenger Corner. Yeah, and the Ganber ride. Oh yeah, Ganber Ride comic strip. This is the main reason why I bought this magazine. Commercial for PlayStation Portable and Nintendo DS. Eternal Never End. Heisei Rider lineup. Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Vice, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto, Denko, Kiva, and then obviously Decado. Then a little game for kid. Yeah, finding the right track. Coloring corner. This is the instruction to build the paper mask in the bonus. Also in building the paper belt. Another Gunbar Ride commercial, Data Cardass. And this is the most interesting part. Apparently they make a Kamen Rider Decade comic book released by Hong Kong publisher, and it will be released in Hong Kong only. Hero Club. This is the index. This is the application form to join the Hero Club for the Hero magazine. Last one, another commercial. And on the back cover, this is a Kamen Rider Decade comic book by Lucky Comics that will be released in Hong Kong. Well, this is really interesting. I really want to know the content of this comic. Well, you can't get this comic in Japan, so you must search for it in Hong Kong. Okay, Explorer Publishing Company Limited. Oh no, not Facebook again. Okay, I didn't see this. Okay guys, that's it for today review. What do you think? And if you like, please like and subscribe and turn on the bell. And then see you next time. Bye bye guys.